Music licensing reimagined.
I got a girl that compliments my fly, and when it goes down, I know she gon' ride. I finally got somebody I can call mine. My one time for the one time.
Hey, you guys.
Sorry for
So
long wait.
sorry. Oh my gosh. We had major technical difficulties. Major.
Y'all see, I'm sweating. I was trying to run and get everything together, but yeah.
Certain things are just not working today. But welcome if you are new here. My name is Lady Di. This is my husband, James, and we are dating to marriage support. I know some of you guys may have seen us on our shorts where we just, react to the craziest but cool videos, and then from those shorts, we actually do react to them and give a lot of insight. So if you haven't seen that, definitely check that out on our video section. But yes, thanks for being here. Tonight, we are going to go through a topic. It might be a little touchy because some people believe, it don't matter the age you get married. Just get married. It's never too late.
Yeah.
But we have a difference of opinion.
Exactly. And you always want to, make sure you things in their proper perspective when you looking at getting married, right? Because you want to, even if you did it the wrong way, right? Or you didn't do it the best way, I should say. That doesn't mean you can't give this advice to somebody else to make sure that you can do better. So so that's why we want to kind of do this live. So it's kind of go off our last week conversation we had. So.
Yeah, because I had made a poll asking what is the best age to get married, and a lot of y'all voted, right? But the ideal age that I saw, the popular vote was 26 to 30. So you guys believe that 26 to 30 is the best age to get married. So we're just gonna go through a few things, a few topics. Can you pass me my board over there? Don't wipe it off. Don't wipe it off. So thanks for sticking by. I hope you guys enjoyed the intro. If y'all don't know, I create the intros because I want you guys to be entertained, and then just either you learning something, you're laughing, or it's just to understand life, what people go through here in life. So I hope you enjoyed that. But so the topic is, which age is more beneficial? Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen.
Get into the comment section.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get into the comments before I share my screen. Hi, Corey.
What's up? What's going on? What's going on?
Thanks for being here.
Hey, Big. What's going
on,
brother?
Big.
Appreciate that, man. Thanks for y'all showing all the love, man.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Okay, so let me share my screen while James entertains you.
Don't you want to add the videos from the folder, or no? You just want to just do the share screen?
I don't have the
okay. I got you. All right, cool. So guys, so this last week, right, when we was talking about what was going on about the marriage thing, because I think a lot of people, we have a lot of good people that's not married because they believe they have a lot of time. So I think if you are one of those people, because I know a lot of people like, oh girl, I got time, or hey bro, I find a woman, because a lot of guys do this too as well. They feel like they'll find they can just wait till their 40s and they can just marry anybody, right? But honestly, you have to, it's pros and cons with that too as well. So, but we're gonna get into that a little bit later.
Look what Corey says. I hope to be married before I turn 60. Have you ever been married before? I thought you were. Or
hey, what's up, Hustler? What's up?
Hey,
brother?
Hustler. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen. We're just gonna talk about one poll for now. All right, can y'all see that? All right, so this is what the votes have been today. I posted it probably some hours ago. The question simply is, which age is more beneficial for a woman to get married?
Oh wow! So
if you hear my kids screaming in the background, excuse me. Their bedtime is not now. All right. So what age is beneficial for a woman to get married? See, I changed it. The first poll I had was everybody. All right. Now this one, so we have the popular one is 30s.
Wow.
30s. Okay. The other one said 25 to 30, but this one specifically says 30s. And I'm happy to see 40% is 20s though, honestly.
Yeah.
All right. 3% says 40. All right. This is about how many people? 422 votes on this. So out of that, 3% says 40, 4%. How is 4% 50s? That's higher than 3.
You about to be, I ain't gonna say that.
All right, let's look into the comments real quick.
You goddamn.
All right, so we have Jute and Olive says, I'm married in my 20s, but I think early 30s is ideal. You should be solid on your standards and on the way your achievements by then, while still being open-minded enough to come. I'm sorry, y'all. Enough to combine that with other persons. All right. There's some replies. What's up, Bobby? Bobby says TikTok on them eggs. Almost
all my white friends got married in their 20s and had at least one child before 30s. Meanwhile, she said I had mine at 29 and 36. Both perfect, thank God. I think black eggs preserve better. No shade.
Oh wow.
She said, and when did when you have yours? Why do you just
all right. Yeah. The next one, Soya. What's up? Says 27 and 33. I'd say is ideal. I got married at 27. Okay. Kanisha, hey girl, what's up? Says whenever you both don't want to play around any longer. Can't fathom, you stepping out. Y'all foundation empire is built. Okay. Mark says ideal for women in their 20s, for men 30s. Okay. What's up, Mark? Dragon, hey, what's up? Dragon says 40s is when a man knows his standards for women.
Yeah, it's kind of old.
And Bobby says 25 for women. All right. So just wanted to share that really quick, but let's get into it. So, I mean, it's just kind of like what everyone is saying, 30s. So if you think 30s is like I said, beneficial age, see, there's a difference. I didn't say beneficial means you already know what that is. The best you can get out of something. Beneficial, it benefits you. So that's what makes the question different.
Cal B said, I think 22 to 24.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. And then reasonable. On IG, we got, hey, how you doing?
Raymond Howard. Raymond Howard. What's up, bro?
People are gonna have desires.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I honestly, man, I think the earlier the better, right? Because like he's saying, because people gonna have desire, right? So say if you wait all this long period of time to have this child, now all of a sudden you're gonna be collecting bodies. The men, you probably have a baby by the time you get married. You know what I mean? And that's why it's a big problem with single motherhood, right? Because of by that time you already had your kids, you already had a lot of things going. You know what I mean? So now you're in a situation that you screwed. So or not really like screwed, like you can't find anybody, but you're gonna have a mark on your record,
right?
So you want to get into the market with at least as marks on your record as possible. You know what I mean? So
yeah, so you definitely got to.
Yeah. So as we get into time going, right? So I think, man, honestly, with these type of topics, right? We have to make sure. So, hold on, y'all don't hear our kids, right? I don't think they hear our kids. Hey, y'all sit down, man.
I got it. Just talk.
Hey, so let me see. Let's get into the chat right quick.
I'm about to step out.
Yeah, he said my kids were grown and moved out when I divorced by 49 years old. Dang. Oh man, that's sad. Sorry to hear that, bro. Hustler must say, who wants to be in their 40s and still playing the fit? Exactly. And that's why I said, man, honestly, like, because you have to put yourself in a winning position. And if you 40 years old, how can you trust, the people that's as a man, right? How can you trust the women that's just gonna be there for money? Because most of the time they're gonna be there for money. Right? That's what our mindset gonna be. I remember watching Shannon Sharp interview. He was talking about that. So yeah, she had to get him in check, y'all. He said kiddo's going wild. Exactly, man.
They're going crazy. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so I have some statistics here. Let me make it a little bigger in case you guys can't see
take us out of the picture.
Oh, take us. All right.
Yeah, so see if that makes it bigger.
Oh, wait.
It's this one right here.
Okay, here y'all go. Here we go. All right, so we have the divorce rate for couples with children. So we're talking about marriage, what age is best to get married. But before we talk about marriage, we have to talk about divorce, okay? So the divorce rate for couples with children is as much as 40% lower than those without children. So,
so hold on. It said divorce rate with couples with children as much as 40% lower then those without children. Damn. I guess because the people with children want to stick around more. Okay. It says half of the children in the United States will witness the ending of their parents' marriage. So 50%. Of that, this 50%, close to 50% will also see the breakup of parents' second marriage. So
see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So y'all getting not y'all, but you know what I'm saying. People are getting remarried after the first divorce, right? Then the second divorce, the second marriage, you still getting a divorce.
Yep.
So who's the problem?
Same issue.
Right. Who is the problem? Yeah. All right. You're having the same issue. You cannot escape. You cannot escape issues. You have to resolve them. All right. Now, what's the next one you have?
It says 43% of children in the United States are being raised without their father. So 43%, and it's not talking about any racial group, right? We're talking about total, right? It says 43% of all children are without their raised without their fathers.
And it's not just this. It's not single mothers is not just women that have never been married. Single mothers are also divorced women. So the divorce rate is high. So of course there are kids being raised without their fathers. Keep going, and this is why.
They say Raven said both are the problem. And it says that the next one said 90% of divorced mothers have custody of their children.
There we go. 90% of the mothers have the custody.
Dang.
All right.
And it said over 79% of custodial mothers receive a child support reward. So damn, so almost 80%. So 90. So you only got basically 10% deadbeats, right? You got 11% deadbeat, or they just kind of probably doing it on the table, right? So with a lot of these people that just say these guys not doing anything, right? So 79% are receiving child support. It says while just under 30% have custodial fathers receive one. Wow, 30% of custodial fathers receive one. What does that mean? Which one? Oh, child support. Yeah. So damn. So almost 80% when the woman gets a child. 80% of the men have to pay for child support now, but when the man gets a child, only 30% of them pay for child support. Damn, I guess they in a tough position.
Yeah.
It says 98 let's see one. It says 65% of divorced mothers receive no child support. What the fuck that mean up there then? Whatever.
No, they're saying 90% of divorced mothers. They didn't talk about child support there.
Yeah, but it says 79% of custodial mothers receive child support award.
Yes, so 65% of divorced mothers do not receive child support.
Oh, I guess when they're married. Okay. Got you. So when they get married, 65%, they like, nah, we ain't doing that. All right, cool. I got you. It says over 46% of non-custodial mothers completely default on child support. Damn. Compared to 27% of non-custodial fathers. Wow.
So Raymond on IG says that's because men don't look at the women that they are involved with, the women's family's dynamics.
Yeah. And and I remember growing up, right? My parents used to always tell me like, hey, if you dealing with a woman, right? Look at her parents. You know what I mean? Look at how they operate, right? So my mom, them and my parents, it was like, hey, you don't want to be with her, right? Because blah blah blah. You know, look at her parents, look at what's going on. And my stupid butt still did it. You know what I'm saying? So when we giving this advice, you got to understand, like, sometimes your kid is still going to mess up, right? But continue to give them that wisdom. Continue to try to work with them so you can put them in a better situation, man. Because after that, I learned, you know what I mean, to pick better.
You had to learn the hard way. But we all learn. Like, even me, I had my mistakes too.
Strong. What's up, brother?
I had my mistakes too. I didn't get married, but I had my mistakes too by what he said in the beginning. The parents telling you he is not the one. He is not the one. This is why. They actually have valid facts. I just didn't think it was valid then. Yeah. But I learned too. You know, I was engaged actually before I got married to James. So I know that we all are hard-headed when we're young. So that's why sometimes when you're super young, unless you have an arranged marriage, the ones who believe in that, or you have, you know, people who is, hey, this is a great person for you. Like, if you really want to be married young, then make sure you have the proper elders in line to help you get to that space. I cannot say that can't happen. But let's get into the why. Let's get into the why people are getting divorced. All right. The why is lack of commitment is the most common reason why divorcing couples, according to a recent national survey. Here are the reasons, right? So lack of commitment is the highest, 73%.
So let me give a caveat to this. I'm gonna say, what up, fat boy?
Fat boy for life.
Hey,
Thanks
what's
for
up,
being
man?
here.
What's going on, brother? So let's give a caveat to this, right? So just for y'all to have understanding, I know it says 73, 56, 55. So in this study, you can choose more than one, right? So
This is right here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So it said respondents often cited more than one reason. Therefore, the percentage added up to much more than 100%. Right. So that's why it looks like that. So y'all won't be confused, because when she was breaking it down to me, I was like, this shit don't make no sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I had to show him my facts.
Yeah,
but okay, so we have the top reason why, and this is about people getting divorced. So top reason is lack of commitment. That has the highest, 73%. Then we got argue too much. 56%. What are y'all arguing about that causes you to get a divorce? I want to know. Now, let me stop, because I understand arguments can be very stressful. But the reason for divorce, I don't know about that. Yeah. Infidelity, 55%. That's lower than lack of commitment.
Yeah, so when I seen a lack of commitment, right, I automatically thought, oh, they talking about like cheating or something like that, right? And then when she said infidelity, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I thought she was talking about that at the beginning, right? So I guess this woman's speech, that's why I had told.
Yeah, it's mostly this women.
Yeah, because I was like, yo, because when you say lack of commitment, you talking about stepping out, you doing something else, right? But they might be talking about like emotionally, like you're not there as a guy, something like that. They automatically think in their head.
Right.
Yeah, and I was actually having this conversation today, because a lot of times, like, people say they're not happy, right? But I'm just like, what does happy mean, right? How do you know you happy? What stopped you and told you, hey, I'm happy? This is what happy means, right? So we have to rethink how we look at things and you know what I mean, how we process stuff, because you have to understand, like, what does that mean to your life, right? Are you supposed to be smiling all the time? Like, what is actually that? Are you does it mean you're at peace?
Well, fake happy?
Yeah. Are you at peace? Because then if you say you're at peace, you're in control of that, right? Because say if I'm in a situation, I can control how I feel about it. Say if I have a lot of work to do, I can be mad, depressed, and like, oh dang, I gotta do all this work. Or I can say, yes, I got a good task that I can complete. You know what I'm saying? Rather than saying, hey, I'm not happy because I got to do all this. You know what I mean? So it's all about perspective.
Yep, definitely is. So we also have, let me know, I guess you guys can see that. We have 46% says married too young. I don't know how that's even a reason. Married too young. What does that even mean?
That 15 or some shit?
But even if, let's think, okay, I'm gonna bring back something I used to watch back in the day. And for the ladies that have watched it, y'all know y'all watched it. 16 and Pregnant Teen Mom, right? We got the girl Caitlyn. Remember Caitlyn, the one who gave her kid up for adoption, the infamous one? Yeah. She gave her kid up for adoption. They had the baby young, gave the kid up for adoption. And guess what? They still are married. They're still married. So why you give up the baby then? You see what I'm saying? Married too young is not a reason. You can stay together. And I'm just using them because this is something that's on a public platform. I could talk about random people all day, but you're not gonna know who I'm talking about. But at least they are still married. Yeah, married too young is not a reason.
We gotta stop making excuses for why we make bad decisions.
Like, you have to give a more of a detail. Okay, married too young. What does that mean? Yeah, you know, because some people, they can say, "Oh, we grew apart." All right, what does that mean? Because some people that grow apart mean it in different ways. If you ask a lady, what does that mean versus a man, it's not going to be the same answer. So we really have to, and this is what I'm talking about. When you're in a marriage, you have to be able to know what you both are talking about. You guys could be on two different planets. And the reason why the marriage is not working, because y'all not even on the same page. All right, so we have unrealistic expectations, 45%. Lack of equality in the relationship is 44%. Lack of preparation for marriage. So you didn't go to premarital counseling?
What is that? So like a lot of these excuse domestic violence and abuse, right? So for all the people that say, oh, all these men be beating all these people up and doing all this type of stuff, right? That's only 25%. So that's at the bottom of why people are splitting up. You know what I mean? So we have to understand right? That we've been sold a lie. In that men are just going to be beating you up, they're just going to be using you, they're just going to be doing you dirty and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing we heard growing up. You know what I mean? So we have to stop a lot of the stupidness that our parents taught us, and men don't trust men, and guys are actually saying, hey, don't trust them men, don't do this, right? Because we actually have to say, no, let's look at the facts, let's go look at the research, right? If everybody got their butt whooped, right, you hanging around the wrong people, right? If everybody got beat by their man in some situation like that means they picking a certain type of dudes, because they said only 25% of this happened. You know what I mean? And I bet that could be from the woman's side, that could be from the man's side. So that's actually both. You know what I mean? So the man could have been got hit, or the woman could have got hit.
Yep.
You know, so it's kind of a sad situation where in this country we just thinking that men are just you know what I mean, abusing women for the and just, you know what I mean, and that's what's going on, like, you know what I mean. So, and we have to have better reasons for divorce. You know what I mean? If you're going to get a divorce, all right, adultery, cool, I got you, right? Abuse, all right, you getting your butt whooped, I understand it, right? But if we just took those two factors out, it wasn't a large percentage of infidelity.
It wasn't. That the highest wasn't even that.
Yeah, I think it was like what
lack of commitment.
Yeah, it was like, I think the what's the name was like number 4 or 5, infidelity like 4 or 5, right? So if nobody's cheating or nobody's beating you, right, or putting you in that situation, you shouldn't even much be leaving, because that's why you married that person. You know what I mean? You fell in love with something. You know? Yeah,
you just have to find the ways to get it back, which, you know, you guys definitely can do that. You just have to work hard. Raymond on IG says, weak men have children by strong women because they lack strength. Strong men have children by weak women to build. I read this earlier somewhere. Build them so their sons and daughters will be disciplined and strong. Okay. He also says, what about married with children? What does that say?
Al Bunny, Peggy, respect. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, he also says different times we living in, it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Cheating is a choice, not a mistake. Yeah, exactly.
So let's get into another statistic, you guys.
We got one more coming right quick.
Okay.
Hey, what's up,
Travel One?
It says women have zero rights. Men knew they control all. Evidently, some men realize women should have rights to work, etc., and have freedoms as well. Thus, the fam courts know majority of moms bond with their kids. And that's what, and I think that's a misconception too as well, because they make it seem like the family courts, like the mom is always the best parent. And I had to even fight through that, getting custody of my son, right? Because I was clearly the better parent, but they were still trying to push that same agenda. You know what I mean? But just because the woman had the child does
not mean
yeah, that doesn't mean like they just automatically bond. You know what I mean? So we have to change a lot of this stuff, because women have rights now, right? So don't we need to update this? Because a lot of times women really don't understand it till they have a son and they go through it, right? They'll be putting their dad through this crap. They be putting their parents through their son's dad through this crap, right? And then once their son get older and they have a child of their own, and then they going through it, they just like, wow, this court system is crazy. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they doing this when they was the ones that was doing it 20 years ago. You know what I mean? So we have to recalculate how we do things. We can't talk about the old days when these new times is a lot different, right? So we have to understand, all right, women had disadvantages back then, but now they have advantages right now, right? So do we say, okay, the men was wrong back then, and then the women was getting used, and then now we see that they made a shift, and now the men are getting used? Do you say, hey, let's change it, or you say, hey, I want to get my lick back? Because if you say you want to get a lick back, now you get into the petty, you need to grow up type of stuff, and then now it's going to affect the kids, you know. So we have to we got everything happening today, man. We have to change a lot of the stuff that's going on so we can get progress.
You could keep it.
No,
yeah. So I want to show another statistic up here. Now we have here. Now this is just about divorce rate by ethnicity. I wanted to bring that into play because I wanted to just differentiate what the difference is between races. So this is an older study, but it's very to me vital to see. So this was from 1996 to 2009, right? So we have so in 1990, I just want to show this. So for a Caucasian, this is all women right here. All women. 25 to 29. We have Caucasian in 1996. The divorce rate at that time was at 19.7. This is out of 1,000, right? This is out of 1,000, okay? Yep. And then Black people, women, is 14.7. All right. But if you keep going down, like if I go to, I'm sorry, you can't even see my cursor, but if I go to the 35 to 39, right? We have Black women got a divorce at 40.7 and whites got divorced 32.2. Now this chart, when I looked at it, the chart for me showed that Black women filed for divorce more out of the whites, Asians, and Hispanic.
And that's as they got older, right? So because at the beginning, right? They was in 1996, the white women were more because they had the 19.7, right? And they was at 14. And then they was kind of the same, close to 30 to 34. And then now at 35 to 39, that's when it started to skyrocket, right? So if we have to check these trends out so we can kind of see. And if you look at what nation is in charge, right, of finances and everything, and strong families, strong culture, right? Look at the Asians. They divorce rates are very low compared to ours. It's half of ours. Almost basically half, especially when it gets up to the 30s and 40s, right? So a lot of times we want family, but we don't want family at the same time because we don't put in the effort. You don't think the Asian community is going through a lot of stress, and you know what I mean? They fought for the same rights other women fought for, right? So you have to understand, like, all right, if our men, because this not the Asian people's countries too as well, right? So they came over here, they immigrated over here, and they built this stuff themselves. Just like how Black men built Black Wall Street and other cities and different things that when we was over here, y'all already know what happened to that, right? But we try to do that as well. So we can still do that again, but we're going to have families in order to do that because we can't do that crap by ourselves. If the house is not taken care of, the kids got to get taken care of some way, right? So if you want to be out in the front with me, who's going to be back with the kids? And then once that man steps back and say, "Hey, all right, cool, I'm gonna just take care of the kids," now you're not gonna respect them. You know what I mean? So we have to put ourselves in a winning situation. Somebody's gonna have to, you know what I mean? Everybody can't be the rah-rah, you know what I mean, type of person. You know, so let me get into some of the comments. Hey, what's going on, Hidden Gems? Hold on, my bad. I have my bad. Yeah, what's going on, Hidden Gems podcast? What's
what's up, Hidden Gems?
Corey said, after divorce, I feel like I walked out of an abandoned museum my old life, and this dating scene is not for me. Yeah, man, but keep your head up. Honestly, I think I think it's because of, you know what I mean. We if we focus on negative stuff, right, all the time, you always gonna find negative things, right? So we have to make sure we putting ourselves in the best position mindset wise to be able to get the right person, right? So when I got out of my divorce, she was the first person I dated afterwards, right?
Which was crazy.
Yeah, she was the first woman. Like, but I had a different mindset. I was just like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna find a better person. You know what I mean? I did this wrong. I did this wrong, right? So let me make sure when I'm picking my next woman, I don't pick these certain type of traits. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I learned that way.
Yeah.
And instead of saying, hey, women are bad or it's terrible out here, I'll just put myself in the mindset of, okay, let me go find the best person I can. You know what I mean? So we can make some happen.
You're kind of like looking for, like you said, what not to look for. You should really know then.
Yeah.
Especially if you had it bad.
Yeah. Raymond said social media has cut the heads off of marriage. Yeah, and I think it has a part to play in it too as well. But it's kind of like I always say about the guns in our community, man. If you already know it's a problem, you know, we have to put ourselves in position so we can fix it. You know what I mean? We already diagnosed the problem. All right, cool. The social media is the problem. It's one of the problems. Now let's figure out how to change it up, bro. But I agree with you though. But we just gotta come with some solutions to help this situation out. You know what I mean? Hustler Muscle said women are getting married just for the wedding, not for the longevity. Men are getting married just for the sake of having a companion. Neither are good reasons to get married. Exactly, man. So yeah, and it's just, man, it's kind of, I know why a lot of people say it's tough, whatever, but you just got to put yourself in the mindset of, all right, cool. I know it's trash out here. Let me go through the trash. There's gonna be some gems, and I'll find it, right? So it's just kind of just having that positive mindset, because once you talk to a woman, you can honestly, man, you can mold women, especially in today's time.
Hold on, you cannot mold most of these ladies today. You cannot tell them what to do, because then they're gonna call you controlling. So it has to be a special lady that understands what she wants. So she wants a husband, and the husband is saying XYZ. She has to understand eventually she's gonna have to listen to him. But women today don't want to listen to nobody.
But I don't think it's that, baby. Because I know it's times where you probably didn't want to listen to me, right?
They have to be married. No, I didn't say no. I ain't talking about right away. It does take time.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying that even you
gotta build the trust.
No, the ladies who are not capable, because they don't ever want to listen to a man.
I ain't talking about no hood rats.
I ain't talking about hood rats. I'm talking about regular ladies, women that are intelligent. It's not a specific. I ain't talking about that. Women who have a different mindset, for real. You could teach and preach all day, but if she is not going to listen to you because she never was going to,
but that's hood rats.
That's not hood rats.
Yeah, it is.
That is. How is that hood rats?
Because if
there are ladies that are not hood rats and are bad wives.
Most of those
or women, don't get married.
The women you talking about, are they rah?
No.
So they nice feminine women. That was you telling me.
I didn't say they were feminine.
All right, so they rah.
Most women are not feminine. What are you talking about?
I'm saying that means they rah. That means they're like, all right, what up? Let's get it, right?
That's not hood rat though.
That is hood rat. That's not a woman's place to be fighting.
No, that's most women today. That's not hood rat. Hood rat is hood rat.
What you think hood rat is? We must got a different definition.
Think?
I'm thinking a hood rat is the ones that's out there in the goddamn fighting. They up there doing the ghetto shit. They doing all that.
Hood rat is ghetto. All ladies are not ghetto just because they got in your face.
No, that is ghetto.
No.
If she trying to get in a man's face,
hold on.
That means she fought women before. Number one. That means she got the.
Oh
she already beat a couple women ass up.
Does not mean that she's ghetto.
No, that's like for real. Like that's real. Like let's for real though. Like for real. Like that means she got to fight with somebody.
Why are we having this conversation? You know that's not all women. All women who argue with men and don't listen to men are not ghetto. What are we talking about?
He said men and women nowadays are taught to respect one another. Men don't know how to be a man, and women don't know how to be a woman. And our community just doesn't understand the purpose of idea of the marriage. Yeah, facts, man. Yeah, I agree with that. It says now my guy Di is right. That alone doesn't make them a hood rat. Man,
at all.
I ain't say that alone. I was going through the list, but she had stopped me when I was going through the list.
No, you were saying all women who don't listen. I was saying women who don't listen to men. Men are hood rats, and I said no. There are educated, intelligent women that are feminine just by how they look, not how they come out their mouth.
Do they wear weaves?
Okay, we gotta change the topic.
That
does not make nobody a hood rat.
They wear different color weaves.
I didn't know, not different color weaves, just regular.
Okay.
They're presentable.
I'm just saying that's hood rats now. Hood rats with I grew up around this shit. So
all right, listen. All right, we done. We done. We are done.
No, we would argue this shit.
We not, okay.
Yeah,
it's
man.
All women, most women today in modern society are not feminine, okay? All women today in society are not hood rats, Okay, we have women who actually look at themselves, right, and they present themselves like in a professional manner. They're able to get great jobs. Okay, they're not wearing different color weaves, and they're not calling you out your name with the N-word or whatever the case is. Okay,
maybe I've been too traumatized.
You have, and so you got the ladies who lived in the hood and act hood-like, and you have ladies who lived in regular areas, went to regular schools,
and acting hood.
No, they're not acting hood. They're acting masculine. Okay, we got hood-like behavior, and we have masculine behavior. We have the hood-like behavior is the more aggressive style, right? And then we got the masculine behavior. It's not on that level.
It's aggressive though.
Was I hood rat when I got with you? Wasn't I masculine?
No, you had certain masculine things.
Yeah. Now is he good?
No.
I had certain masculine things now.
No, but I expect that because of how y'all are taught, right? So
that's what I'm saying. That wasn't hood rat though. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't say you was a hood rat.
You said all women who don't listen to their men are hood rat.
No, but you already knew at a young when we first got together, right? You already knew not to fight a man. You always said that, like, I would never fight a man because that's stupid. I don't see why people are, you know what I mean, or ever want to fight a man. These women are saying, no, I'm about it. Let's go.
Nah.
That's
not most women. That's just
I ain't saying most women. I'm saying the hood rats.
Okay, so we got to separate them.
I promise you. You ask these women, whatever. Would they can they beat up a man? They'll say, yep, I can.
That don't make them a hood rat.
Yeah, it's all right. So Trevor once said women have brains that they like to use. James blah blah. I said they want to be heard and taken seriously. You two are acting like a married couple. Blah, blah. Yeah, man, we real, man. We real right here. We ain't gotta fake the phone. He said, and when women want to be taken serious, I think how women are doing it is the wrong way because they think they have to be aggressive to be taken seriously, right? So if you are hold
on, y'all. Go ahead.
If you are putting yourself in a masculine role to be taken seriously, now you off track, right? So it's just like me, right? If I act feminine so I can get taken seriously, y'all gonna be like, hey, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be, you know what I mean, handling the business, right? But you acting like me. You know what I'm saying? So I think women, if you want to be taken seriously, act more feminine, right? But because a man will respect you more and he'll do more for you if you are acting feminine. But that was a good. I'm glad that was a great comment. I appreciate that, Food Channel.
Yes, thank you. I gotta make you a mod.
It said, James, it's okay if you wanted a little y'all and your wife. He said women shouldn't try to fight a man. Exactly, man. That's all I was saying, man.
Yeah, but these women are having these women are wanting to fight men regardless. I think it's just the nature of women thinking that they're equal, that spin. And because it's kind of like we're equal. Yeah. The feminist culture, right? So they're like, I could battle you. Yeah. It's more of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's not good. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, it's hood like tendencies. All right. How about that?
Anyway, so we get into disagreement sometimes. Sometimes it would look like this. I'm smiling more because I'm on this camera. But in general, you're gonna be when you get married, you're gonna have disagreements. I just want y'all to understand it's how you handle it. There was a video. Oh my gosh, Trigger Mike, shout out to you. It was a video that him saying men don't say we agree to disagree. Yeah. Women say agree to disagree because they don't want to follow through with the point, or they don't want to be right. I should have brought the video up. So I'm the one that would say agree to disagree because I'm not trying to go through this back and forth thing, right? But is it true? Because I'm going to show you that he made a video saying you guys don't say that, agree to disagree. Yeah, for the guys that's in the chat, do you believe in agree to disagree with your lady? So if y'all was went into an argument and she says agree to disagree and she walks away,
because you saying both, you saying agree and you saying disagree.
What? Agree to disagree.
I know you just said agree to disagree. That's that's like saying you got a solid liquid.
Here we go. Do we have to go through this right now?
No, think about it.
No.
That's like you see?
No.
Agree to disagree. Y'all see that?
We're not about to go
Y'all see that? Y'all see
Listen,
that?
we're not about to go through what agree to disagree means.
Hey, that's a solid and liquid.
Oh my gosh.
That's what it's basically.
It means that when y'all say that, agree.
That's what I'm saying. But that's when y'all say that. That's what we hear, right? Just say I don't agree. You know what I mean? And you state your reasons.
And but then what
if
do
you
y'all
say agree to disagree? That's like saying I have a solid and I have a liquid. And you were like, okay, what?
But if a lady says she disagrees, you telling me you're not gonna want to be like, well, why do you disagree? Then we gotta have a whole conversation on why. Let's say I disagree, and there's gonna go back into the debate, really.
But if you say agree to disagree,
no, I'm talking about we disagree. We just say that.
I know, but if you say agree to disagree, now you putting yourself into a situation, a box where you just saying I don't care what you're talking about, right?
No, it doesn't mean that.
No, I'm just telling you how we think about it. You just saying, okay, I don't care what you're talking about. Even if you're going to try to make a point, I'm not paying attention to it because no matter what you tell me, I'm going to disagree with it. That's basically what you just said. You know what I mean? So
no, it means that we had a conversation, right? And we both didn't see eye to eye. So now instead of going back and forth for an extra, let's say 20 minutes, we could just stop it right there and be like, we're both not going to agree to each other. And then the conversation ends. Just like that.
Yeah, but you can always bring new facts into the conversation, right? You know what I mean? So say if you didn't understand, because there's a lot of times you didn't understand what I was saying.
This is back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day, right? It was a lot of times she didn't understand when I said what I was saying, what I was trying to get to her, right? But when somebody else said it, she was just like, "Oh, that's what you was talking about years ago." Like when Kevin Samuels first came out, I was telling her this stuff like probably 3-4 years in our relationship. And then when she seen him and then she seen women saying the same thing she was saying, she was just like, oh, snap.
No,
that's what you was talking about.
It was only the one where he said, you're being masculine. So the lady he called masculine to me wasn't masculine. She was not hood style. She was just regular, sound like me, having a conversation with him. And how or what she said was masculine to him. I didn't hear her raise her voice or anything. I think it was more of a condescending tone, I guess, right? And he told her that she was being masculine. And I said, where? Because she sounds feminine to me. So I had to continue to listen to the video. And I said, oh, so that's what he used to tell me, that some of the stuff I was saying was masculine. So I finally, this was like 3 years later, I was like, oh, that's what that means. Yeah. I never knew what I thought masculine was just, feminine was just how you dress, you know, being submissive, right? But then I realized being submissive and feminine was what comes out your mouth. So even if I was the most feminine looking, but I started to talk like a man, now that makes me masculine. And I never knew the difference until I seen that video. Because
so a lot of times, like men don't understand how women take things, and women don't understand how we take things, right? So like I'm good to the Food Channel. She said it generally occurs when all sides recognize their further conflict when would be unnecessary, effective, or otherwise undesirable, right? But you never hear a man say agree to disagree. You know what I mean? Because we don't, that's not in our vocabulary, right? Because we don't look at it that way, right? So we'll just say, hey, babe, we'll talk about it another time, or hey, this conversation is not going to get nowhere, right? So we'll say something like that, right? Because and a lot of the ladies are kind of agreeing with the hey, Bria, what's going on?
Hey, Bria.
And and then the great comment said women are social, men are practical, right? Because we're just trying to, like, you know what I mean, figure the things out, and to say if it's not going nowhere, it's okay that it didn't go nowhere. You know what I mean? Because most of the times when you have those type of arguments, the shit doesn't matter what y'all talking about. You just want to fucking be right, or you just trying to get them to understand your point.
That's mostly what it is. I could just speak for ladies. The toxic ladies just want to be right. But the ladies who are not even on that level, they just want what you just said, the second one.
Yeah, you just want somebody to understand.
Just to understand what we're saying and be heard, and then we done. We're over.
Hey, say, hey, y'all, I've been learning more Hebrew, so looking forward to more Hebrew comments. Okay. All right, now.
Yeah.
Hey, I got my book over there. We'll see, man. I'm gonna learn when I get some more free time.
All right, so I wanted to bring up another, what is that one? Another statistic. We're just going to talk about the length of marriage.
And we're going to get into the right age too as well. but we just kind of breaking down the reasons why people get the divorce, and because what we're trying to do right now is keep people together.
This is called research. Before we make anybody, you make a decision, you have to go through your research first and then have a better determination, including your experience and things you've seen, learning from observation, everything in between. All right, so we have length of marriage. The average length of a first marriage that ends in divorce is roughly 8 years. 7.8 years for men, 7.9 for women. Moving into second marriages that end in divorce, the timeline shortens somewhat. In these cases, the median length for men is 7.3 and 6.8 for women.
Wow. So the men are so at first the women were winning by 0.1. It's a small margin, but they was winning. But then at the second time, I guess the men decided to, choose a little bit better and just try to stay. So that's kind of interesting, because a lot of times when we get out of a relationship, right, we thinking that the next relationship is going to be perfect, or my Prince Charming is out there, or a bad B is out there. you know what I'm saying? So we thinking like, hey, all right, I'm gonna move up, when most likely you're not. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, we don't supposed to be really getting divorced, for real talk, other than infidelity, right? So if you getting divorced after anything other than that, right, Most High ain't gonna bless you with no good man or good woman if you doing dirty. Like I never understand why people think the Most High is gonna bless them with somebody good after they did somebody wrong. Like you just blatantly did what he told you not to do, and then you just think he was gonna get a good person.
Yeah, you gotta fix your issues, yo.
Yeah, that shit don't work like that.
Corey says, I live on the left coast. Lots of toxic women over here.
Hey man, you just gotta. Hey, at least you know what they look like. There's some men out here don't know what they look like. You got the upper hand. So just when you see the good ones, man, snatch them up.
Bria says, I think by the second marriage they know their limits more.
Yeah,
true. Yeah. I can see why they would give up faster than if you say it like that. Of what they'll accept.
Yeah.
Corey also says, my first marriage was 27 years.
Wow.
It's amazing.
That's crazy, man. So that's why I never understand why those
look, who divorced too?
You already know. It's sad, man.
Never know.
Yeah.
Nah, it is kind of crazy, but the Food Channel says there ain't no one out here better than the original. It's like Coca-Cola.
Hey, the Food Channel, you need to focus more. No,
all right. So, okay. Now, question asked again: which age is the most beneficial to get married? Oh. Before I get into that, we have to talk about what? Children.
Okay.
Most people get married, have children. So I can't talk about the minority because it's not relevant to this conversation. Before you have kids, before you get married, you want kids. Okay. So the age is important now, isn't it? So let's talk about fertility. And this is for anybody that wants to learn about it really quick, because there's some people that are not married, some people that want to get married again. There's some people that don't have no idea. So we have ages 20s to 30s, 40s, and 50s of the best age to get married. So let's talk about fertility. How does age affect fertility? More and more people are delaying having children until their late 30s or 40s. But as you age, so does your ovaries and eggs inside them. You cannot see or feel these changes. All right. We also see that as women's peak reproductive years are between the late teens and late 20s. By age 30, fertility, the ability
to get pregnant starts to decline. Yeah, this decline happens faster once they reach. Okay.
All right. Once they reach faster than they may think.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm sorry. Once they reach your mid-30s, by 45, fertility has declined so much that getting pregnant naturally is unlikely. We also have, how does age affect your eggs? So you begin life when a fixed number of eggs in your ovaries, and the number of eggs decreases as you get older. Also, the remaining eggs are more likely to have abnormal chromosomes as you get older. And as you age, you are more likely to have developed health conditions that can affect fertility, such as uterine fibroids and endometriosis. Okay? This is very important to understand. This is what you're basing your age of marriage off of. If you're not basing it off of fertility, then that means you don't want kids. That's what I'm gonna think. Because now it's gonna be a little harder. So here we go. What are the chances of pregnancy as you get older? For healthy couples in their 20s and early 30s, around 1 in 4 women will get pregnant in any single menstrual cycle. By age 40, around 1 in 10 will get pregnant per menstrual cycle. A man's fertility also declines with age, but not as predictably. Ooh, that's wrong. All right. When should I consider an infertility evaluation? If you are older than 35 and have not gotten pregnant after 6 months of having regular sex without using birth control, talk to your optometrist. I'm sorry, optometrist. Yeah. Gynecologist about an infertility evaluation. If you are older than 40, an evaluation is recommended before you try to get pregnant. All right. You got to have this conversation. This is the conversation you're going to have with your ladies. And ladies, this is the conversation you need to have with yourself. What happens during an infertility evaluation? During an evaluation, you have physical exams and tests to try to find the cause of infertility. If a cause is found, treatment may be possible. In many cases, infertility can be successfully treated even if no cause is found. But the chance of success with these treatments decline with age as well. So it's not even likely for you to even pass in vitro. What are some possible risks of getting pregnant later in life? When you are pregnant later in life, there is a higher risk of complications, but these risks do not increase at all once some risks not increase until age 40 or later. For example, those who get pregnant after age 40 have an increase of preeclampsia. This is
done with this.
Yeah. I mean, y'all could think it's boring, but this is what y'all got. This is what you have to think about, talk about. This is the reality here. Yeah. No one is talking about this. I'm gonna talk about it. Boring or not. Why does the risk of pregnancy problems increase with age? Older people tend to have more health problems than youngers. All right.
High blood pressure. Yeah, facts. And diabetes too. You gotta be careful with all that stuff. We talked about that last week.
Yep. Here we go. This is the last one. The overall risk of having a baby with chromosome abnormality is small. But as you age, the risk of having a baby with missing, damage, or extra chromosomes increases. Wow. This can lead to genetic conditions like Down syndrome. So you see here, they have all of that here that you can just see, okay, well, if I get pregnant earlier or get pregnant later, you're going to go through risk here.
Wow.
Which is what it is.
So Down syndrome is the most common genetic problem that occurs with late childbearing, while the risk of having pregnancy affected by Down syndrome is 1,250 at 20, 1 in 1,000 at the age of 25, 1 in 714 at the age of 30, 1 in 295 at 35, and 1 in 86 at 40. Wow! Imagine having a kid at 40. And this happening to you. This is crazy.
Also, know for the ones who are not parents, you definitely could get this tested when you're pregnant. Do know you're gonna have about 20 tubes of blood work done just to see what's going on. But this is your risk, you guys.
Wow.
See, the boring stuff is the ones y'all gotta be listening to. And you wonder why.
You should start off with this shit. I would have been more interested.
What? What are some pregnancy risks? All right, so miscarriage, stillbirths. All right, and
he said the risk of miscarriage and stillbirth are higher when people are older than 35. Wow, stillbirth is crazy. That'd be rough.
Yeah. So I think we're done here.
Some of the comments,
we're done here. That's all I wanted y'all to see. This is it, y'all.
So wow.
Hold on, let me get these kids.
This is number part 3. All right, so hometown. Hey, what's up, hometown girls and curls? They say, this is time is precious. I had my kids at 34 and 35. Wow, you went back to back. So I got lucky, but if I got married earlier, then I would have had more kids. Yeah, exactly. So 20s is more beneficial for women. Exactly, man. Corey said, "I got a vasectomy. Come on, bro. You got to be." Nah, I'm just messing with you. You got so now I'm in sports, modeling, kids, and not my focus. Yeah. It says being an old parent is screening as well, man. And that's why I wanted to have all my kids when I was younger, because I want to be dealing with all the backlash, not backlash, but all the problems with my back and my legs and injuries and different things, right? I want to be able to still beat my kids in basketball when they get older. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it's crazy. It says men need to eat clean and stay healthy. Yeah, for obvious reasons.
Yes,
exactly,
yes.
man. That's a major point. It said, "Yep." It says, "So I aim to climb a mountain at 65. Wow, but that doesn't include changing nappies." Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Hey, beautifully animated. All right, I'm gonna give y'all the answer in just a minute. We almost there, y'all. I just want y'all to see these facts first because this is what it is today. All right, we're gonna talk about death rates.
Oh.
For your we gotta talk about death rates.
Just my seat.
You gotta see, this is what before you plan marriage, you have to talk about these things. You have to research these things. You gotta know what is in play here. So let's talk about death rates real quick. I've been showing y'all a chart. I ain't gonna bore y'all now. All right, look. So this study was done in 2021. All right. It says in 2021, life expectancy at birth was 76.4 years of the total U.S. population and decreased of 0.6 years to 77 years in 2020. All right. So we have both sexes 77 years old.
It says for male, life expectancy decreased by 0.07 year from 74.2 in 2020 to 73.5 in 2021. Right. For females, life expectancy decreased by 0.6 years from basically 80 in 2000 to 79.3. Right. So you see how they telling us, hey, medicine is getting better. All these different technologies making us live longer, blah, 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 right? But it look like we're starting to decrease. So it says, so basically everybody is kind of dying close to the same age. So I know a lot of people are always talking about how the men always die first. It seemed like it's really not a big difference. Yeah, because both said both sexes 77 to 76.4. That's close. Males is a leading on that one at 74.2 to and the female 79. So it's basically like a 5-year difference. Really, it's really not the 4 or 5 year difference. So it's really at age of 65, it's less than that. You know what I mean? So if you get past 65, you're good for the most part. So I know a lot of people like to say, hey, men are dying and all this blah blah blah. I don't want to marry an old man because he gonna die before me. You know what I mean? I guess this is some hope for you guys for that stereotype that people always talk crap about. You know. So.
Yep. So lastly, I want to talk about the percentage of kids taking care of parents, because you have to think about that too. You ever seen a family have a whole bunch of kids and only one kid helps take care of you? One helps take care of the mother or the father. One of them. Mm-hmm. You never really see all taking care of the parents, meaning they're all chipping in, helping their parent. It's always a good one. All right, I got my answer now. The answer, which age is most beneficial to get married is in your 20s.
Oh, wow. They didn't know that. When did you get married? No.
20s. Why? We just spoke about it. We talk about fertility. It is more likely for you to get pregnant when you're in your 20s, providing you don't have any health conditions. Because 20-year-olds have health conditions now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you told me a stat earlier. She gave me a stat earlier about 17% of kids will take care of their parent when they get older, right? So, of us looking at that, right, that's a real small percentage because a lot of so say if you only had one child, this is the point. My wife had made earlier. She was saying, say if you only had one child, and that's how most people are having 1 or 2 kids, right? So if you only 17% are taking care of the parents when they get older, that's an issue. Like who you gonna depend on to take care of you? So now if you have multiple, you have a wider range of kids that you can kind of pick on. Like my mom, she had three boys, right? So either one of us can take care of her once she get to of age, right? Because after my stepdad passed, now we like, all right, cool, mom, you can move in with us, you can move in with me. You know what I mean? But she said she's kind of want to stay alone right now. But as she get older, she had the opportunity to live with us, right?
And this is why since 30s is the popular age to get married, you are not popping out a whole bunch of kids in your 30s. You're going to go through, not every lady, I'm talking about majority. Speaking on statistics here, most women are going to go through miscarriages, stillbirths, ectopic pregnancy. It's a whole bunch of things you're going to go through in your 30s if you're wanting to have more than 2 kids. So let's say 3 kids. Most people today have about 3 kids today. All right. You should never start in your 30s to have 3 children. Yeah. You can. Has it happened? Yeah. But who said it's going to happen for you? Most people get pregnant in their 20s, even teenage years, but 20s, because that's where most of your eggs are. They're there. They're ready to be hatched. So the longer you wait, you're going to risk yourself not getting pregnant or going through a whole bunch of complications. All right. When you ever look up high-risk pregnancy, many women go through that. You're risking yourself of only having 1 child, if that's what you want. But you should always try to have more than 1 child, because I just told you 17% of people are 17% of children, adult children, are taking care of their parents. So who says your daughter or your son is going to take care of you? Mm-hmm. That's not likely. We can wish and pray all day because you treated them the best. What if you didn't? Yep. And now you're trying to make it up. Some people don't forget stuff. So if you're one of those parents who, you late bloomer, you got yourself together and now you're trying to be there for your kid, hope your child has patience with you. Mm-hmm. And then the ones who are very good to their kids, but then you have a spoiled brat.
Or Down syndrome. Remember we read that.
We're talking about or your child has a health condition. Yeah, so you're risking it off of 1 child. I'm the only child, so my mom has to deal with this. Luckily, I didn't come out like that. But even her, she only has me. Yeah. And what if I wasn't like this? Of course, I'm gonna take care of my mom. But what if I wasn't like this? She would have been asked out.
And what if I wasn't the family man?
And my mom is divorced too.
What if I wasn't the family man? And I love having family around, and it's like I was one of those types of, hey, you keep your mom would stay over there. I don't want to kind of. She's liable to do it, but I'm just saying, like,
the ones who don't want the in-laws to move in.
Yeah, for, like, those people like that, right? And we have to put all these different factors in line. So that's why we kind of wanted to do this, right? So we can be in the best position to do this. I said to do this, to be in the best position to have a marriage and have kids and have a family, right? Because we can, my wife trying to get another kid out of me now. I'm like, just, like relax.
What he's saying is you want to give yourself the best shot that you can get. Don't cheat yourself. Like I said, people do what they do. And I'm not talking about all. There's people who have success getting married at 30 and having 2 kids. All right. But that's not the majority of people. People are really having complications out here. This is what they don't talk about. Yeah. So you want to if you are young, you want to give yourself the best shot. Give it your all. Try. You can be the one that's been married 30 plus years. That could be you. But you got to give yourself a try. Do not cheat yourself at 30. We already know that the death rate is what? What was the death rate? 74, 77?
Yeah.
Average.
Time,
we don't got that much time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you are a female, understand that you knowing. Oh, I have a poll for y'all. I want to see what y'all vote. I didn't look at it yet. This is very interesting. We're going to end the live in about 10 minutes, y'all. So y'all need to see this because this is what we're talking about. Let me get it up. James can entertain. Because that's what you.
Yeah, we're gonna argue after this live. Y'all.
Oh my God, no, we don't. We don't do that. All right, look. So I'm gonna add.
Hey, somebody clip that and make us viral now.
All right, let me add the poll because this is what I wanted to show y'all. Okay, so let's scroll down. I had some polls going when we were live. Okay, so we have. Where's the question? So this is indeed a tricky question. No, let me talk about this one first. Here we go. We are pulling the facts on why 30 is the best age for marriage or not. Why do women prefer to be married at 30 instead of 20? So I created this. I create most of these polls, you guys. We have mature, career set first. Sorry, career set, mentally ready, knows herself.
Wow.
These are the things that I've been hearing all my life. Oh, I got to know myself before I get married.
Mentally ready.
Mentally ready for marriage.
That's
mentally ready for marriage.
Like what you got to prepare for? Like somebody in the comments, please explain this to me. What do you got to mentally prepare for? My bad. Go ahead.
All right. So, all right. Mature. You
gotta stretch or some shit.
I'm gonna explain them because you might not know because you're not a lady. But listen, this is what I've been hearing all my life. You have to be mature enough, right? So mature, you're not mature yet. So that I could give that a little slack because you cannot be irresponsible in a marriage. That's the first way you're gonna end your marriage is being irresponsible. So I can understand mature, but that's the only one. Career is set. That means you want to finish school. You want to work a few years. Oh, now I'm ready. Now you're like 28, 30. It's going to take you a while to find somebody. That is not easy these days. It takes forever to find a good person. So you're 28, ready to get married. It's going to take about 30, and 32. You find Prince Charming. Yep.
Now you want to have a baby. Now you got to
start your, I already said 30 is not, like I said, for most. Not for all.
Now that don't work out, you get a pookie.
Is not the beneficial age to get married. Mentally ready. James doesn't understand what this is, but guess what? 44% says mentally ready.
That's what I'm saying. Is the comment section explaining this shit?
Only one comment. I posted this while we were on the live.
Okay.
20 is better.
Yeah, man.
Mentally ready means she sees a guy. How many women have let go of a good guy because you weren't ready yet?
All of them do.
All right. So you see a good guy and you're like, I'm not ready yet.
I want to.
So you proceed to do what it is that you're doing, which is either dating a whole bunch of guys. I'm not saying you have to have sex with them, but you're dating a whole bunch of guys, getting hurt 1,000 times. That's what you're ready to do. You're mentally ready to get hurt 1,000 times. The men that you want don't want you because they still trying to mess around. And you're going to go through this whole circle when you have somebody that you could have been with, but you wasn't mentally ready and you let them go. Because, I'm too young. Why? Because elder women say this. You're too young to get married. That's why. They're hearing it from their aunties and grandmas. No, this is not right. Knows herself. So she know everything she wants in life. Now, all of a sudden.
That's confusing too. Like, know yourself. Like, you always going to be changing as you get older, right? So you can think you know yourself now. Like, I'm not at 20. From me right now at 33 to when I was at 20, I'm totally different. When I was 20 to 25, I was different. When I was 25 to 26 to 27, I changed. I was different. You know what I mean? So if it's always going to be a constant of you changing and trying to upgrade, right? And trying to become better. So I don't think really knowing yourself is that. I guess that's why I only have 7%, right? It's really not that important.
Right. And this is the last poll. So the last poll is now you understand the ideal age to be, or the most beneficial. We're talking about most beneficial. The most you're going to get out of something. That's what we should be striving for. Don't settle or get mediocre things for yourself. You want the most out of it, right? Now, this is indeed a tricky question, which we'll discuss, which we're doing right now. Should women have a husband who makes the final decision, aka leader, or a husband who doesn't have the final say, which that man is very nonchalant? All right. So we have leader, nonchalant, or neither. We are equal. So should women have a husband who is a leader or nonchalant, or y'all just equal?
So
what's the most? This question is because we're trying to get the most beneficial situation.
Yeah. So you always have to have a head of any company or any organization or anything, right? So if you don't have somebody that's in charge of going to make the final decision in the topic, because a lot of times we had these conversations, the person said, "Hey, the whoever's most qualified, right?" Then they make the decision. But who's to say I'm the most qualified, right? So when we was talking about the hood rat, I was thinking I was the most qualified in that conversation. When she was talking about it, she thought she was on point with that conversation, right? You know what I mean? So who's going to side? Now that's when you get the agree to disagree BS. Now you back at square one. Nothing's getting done. So the man was put in charge, right? Because everything's going to fall back on him regardless, right? So if everything is going to be his fault, right, he should always have to say so. So a lot of times, a lot of ladies want the neither we are equal, but they don't really understand what that really means because they put the weight. So women understand their problems, but they don't understand our problems, right? And men understand our problems, and we don't understand the women's problems for the most part, right? So we have to put ourselves in each other's shoes and say, okay, do I really want this problem? Because just like that lady, it was a lady that she became a man, right? And she understand like how evil and wicked how women treated them. But when she was a woman and she was kind of dating and stuff, it was everything was cool. But when she became a man and they thought she was a man, she was just like, wow, women are so blah 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 blah, and they're so bad and so blah and this. And she was like, she was hanging around men and like men are so this and so good. And she ended up, you know what I mean, self-deleting, right? Because she couldn't handle what was going on in that situation about how she viewed life and all that, because she was like a feminist and she was like big on that type of stuff back in the day. But we don't understand each other's problems. So this is what we have to do. We have to come back to the table and change it, because you can't say, hey, you the reason why our community is bad, and then you say, hey, no, I want us to be equal. That don't make no sense. It's kind of like if the company is failing, the head person that's over the business going to come to the bottom, the worker, and say, hey, you the reason why this company is failing, rather than going to the boss of you and say, hey, you need to get these people in line, or these people are supposed to be under you. Why you not getting them in check, basically, or understand what they're supposed to be doing? You didn't train them good enough, or you know what I'm saying? They're going to say something like that. But we have to, if y'all want men to take the responsibility and the blame, it can't be an equal. You have to understand that, you know. So what you think?
Yeah. So what he said. Anyway, you know, if you are a lady looking for a husband, first of all, even if it's not your husband, it's your brother, it's your uncle, it is your dad, your grandfather. They are over you. Why? Because they're men. Men protect. Men do all of the things that we quote unquote should not or cannot do, because we are different. We have man and women separate for a reason. Why do we have to be like that? We need to rest in our femininity, okay? All the way over here, and they stay over there. So because of that one reason alone, they are ahead of us, and not in a bad way. They are leaders by nature. That's simple. So when you get married,
no, I was about to say, honestly.
So when you get married, just like you look at your brother or your father or your grandfather, right? Or you should look at them like this, younger or older, it doesn't matter. Because even if your brother is 5 years younger than you, when he becomes of age, he's going to be protecting you. Mm-hmm. Simple as that. It doesn't matter about that. You have to look at these men as what they are. They are stronger than us, period. So what? Doesn't matter. Yeah. We're not trying to fight them. And you honestly, know, so
let me say this right quick. Honestly, I don't think a lot of women today, like especially young women, I would say, a lot of women don't understand the pressure that is on men, right? So imagine, so ladies, going to like a dream world, right? Imagine no matter what you did, or no matter what somebody else that's tied to you did, you was always to blame for something. Would you want to have that pressure on you no matter what you did, right? Because you can't say a single mom is doing that. Because when a single mom is homeless or something like that, nobody's blaming the single mom for the child being homeless. They either put her in a shelter or they trying to get some help. Or a guy's trying to say, hey, let me help her out because that's wrong. I don't want this woman out with her kids. But if you say that with a man, say if a man was homeless with a child, you know what I mean? Everybody's like, damn, you ain't this, you ain't that. So it's a totally different mindset of how we look at men. And I don't think women are kind of put that in perspective when they actually want to take our position, right? Because if you take our position, you're gonna have to take the whole of it, right? All of it. So it's kind of like it's not a good situation to have because I understand, like, if I stop working today, I be having sprained ankles and walking on it because I have to work. You know what I'm saying? I can't take no damn days off. You know what I'm saying? But women, and if you know how to budget, if you know how to handle your money, you can take some days off. You know what I mean? Situation, and nobody's not going to look at you as, hey, you have to do this, right? So we have to look at each other's strong suit, and we have to look at each other's weaknesses, right? So man might not be able to have much time with the kids because he has to provide. If he's not providing, nobody's going to respect him, men or women, right? But if you as a woman, if you're not providing, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? But as a woman, if you ain't taking care of your kids are looking stupid, everybody's looking at you, right? But as a man, people still don't look at you stupid because why the fuck they ain't got no clothes? Why they looking like this? You know what I mean? We just got to understand each other's problems and what's going on. So
right. So you definitely got to do that. You cannot sit here and think that you are equal to nobody. Make sure you don't believe that. I'm talking about equal to a man. I don't believe in that. You're never equal to a man, just like you're not equal to your kids. Like, it's two different things.
Yeah. He said, I got blamed for everything for years. Exactly. And then now they tell it to the kids, and now you in a situation. Hey, lady, how you doing?
Thank you.
He said they don't want to understand that though. Yeah, exactly, man. But and then you get into a situation where a lot of men do self-delete because of that, because they all the blame all the time. In my first marriage, I was getting blamed for shit that I ain't even fucking do. I was getting blamed for a situation I said not to do, and she still did it, right? And now I'm still getting blamed for it. And then when I told her, I told you not to do this, blah, 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 but you are the man, right? You know what I'm saying? Now we have those type of conversations, right? So you have to understand both sides of the party, and we can come together. But going back to the topic, getting married in your 20s is more beneficial. I know people might say you young, blah, 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 but if you set a good foundation, you'll be able to weather the storm. Most people, when they in their 20s, they're too busy trying to have fun rather than saying, hey, I'm trying to find a husband.
That's the thing.
I'm trying to find a good man. They trying to get the bad boys. They trying to get the athletes. They trying to get everybody that's popular, right? If you get with those three individual men, they're going to play you.
And 20s is not young. What's young is 16, 17, 18, 19.
Yeah.
That's young, because now you just left your house. Now, like I said, you have to be properly aligned with the best elders to help you with that. But no, that's young. 21, 22, you should have been already learned your lessons at 18, 19, 20. Those are the 3 years that's prominent for you to learn. 21, cool. You should be ready to start your life with a man.
Yep.
And create your family.
Yep. Because now y'all both
you're gonna grow, right? You're gonna grow together now.
Yep.
What's happening is we're growing separately and think that we're gonna get with a man when we already think we're separate.
Yep. And a man's not gonna trust you.
You don't want to do it like that. Now, like I said, the most success, the most failed, is when you wait so late. So you want to try to do it as early as you can get. But that's all I wanted to talk about. We wanted to talk about today. And, this was a very important conversation, being that our page is Dating to Marriage. Thank you guys for being here and supporting. Our channel is growing, and we're trying to grow our live. That's why we're trying to do more lives. But, in other spaces it's growing, and we definitely appreciate you guys for being here. You did not have to.
Yep. And we'll kind of have a better setup too, because this we was kind of rushing today, guys. So sorry about that. So
we just had new equipment, so it didn't work.
So yeah, you know what I mean. So we'll make sure next time we'll be more prepared. So, but we'll see y'all Saturday. You know what I mean?
We will see y'all Saturday. You guys can already see it in the queue there, and make sure that you join us for that. And we will definitely have a good topic. What are we talking about that day?
We're talking about Derek Jackson.
Derek Jackson.
So
we're gonna be talking about Derek Jackson. You know, about him, his wife,